Meteorologist Natalie Ferrari joining me now, especially today when you're looking at those 90s temperatures. You realize our next cold front is like, what, 4 or 5 months away? I mean, this is just, it's over.
I was going to say almost 6, but sure.
What? Oh, I was hopeful. She's like reality check for me.
Yeah, it's going to be a hot second before one of those fronts actually does something for us. Unfortunately, we're slowly sneaking into that summertime pattern. We're not quite there yet, especially with these very small isolated rain chances we've had. And look at this. It's been actually near normal day. We hit 89 on the dot, and that's where we should be this time in May in Tampa. However, I am tracking a surge of moisture that's going to make its way into the region by this weekend, and that's going to definitely give us a dose of that summertime pattern. We'll talk about that here in just a few moments. I want to take you live over downtown Tampa. Now, this is a beautiful scene. Look at all that blue on the skyline for our Tampa Bay Lightning. Armature Works weather camera showing that stunning wrap up this evening. We're still mild. We are easily one of the warmest spots on the map right now in downtown Tampa at 80 degrees. Elsewhere around the map, sitting in those mid to upper 70s. So look what happens over the next 12 hours. We'll keep partly cloudy skies around, a few clouds, not a whole lot, but a few. Still mild air overhead because what's happening with that onshore flow we've been feeling lately, it's calming down overnight through the early morning hours tomorrow. Then that just gives us a really decent base of the mid 70s to soar into the upper 80s near the lower 90s. Some inland locations are going to be climbing closer to the mid 90s by tomorrow afternoon. So it is going to be a hot one with humid air sneaking back in day by day. Boaters will keep winds out of the west for you tomorrow, about 5 to 10 knots. Seas just under 2 feet with a light chop out on the bay. We're wrapping up any of those isolated showers we saw earlier today. They've cleared. Quiet start tomorrow morning, but I'm taking it to about 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, not only along the coastline between the coast and I-75. We'll see a few isolated showers try to bubble up. I'm only going with a 10 to 20% chance, very isolated. That pushes inland, but as we get the sea breezes going of the day, we get some of that convection overhead. Some of that activity might try to push back out towards the coast just closer to sunset tomorrow. So we're going to go with an overall 20% chance for some of those isolated showers. Do it all over again for you on Thursday. A quiet start, mild start in the morning, but then that 20% chance of rain fires up again in the afternoon. Starting Friday, especially Friday afternoon, that's when we'll start to see some more moisture build in from the south. That's all moisture that's heading up the state into the weekend. And it doesn't mean it's going to be a washout of a weekend. This just means we're going to get into some decent moisture up above in the atmosphere that once you get the heat of the day going, it taps into all that moisture engulfing the state. And this is what's going to give us a better chance, more areas to see a better potential for scattered showers, maybe even some thunderstorms for parts of your Saturday, Sunday, and even going into Monday. So that's what we'll be watching over the weekend. The second thing we're going to be watching out over the weekend, you've heard us talking about it for a few days now, is the potential for some tropical development trying to get its act together in the Southwest Caribbean. We're watching some atmospheric moisture that is going to show some signs, or at least trying to show some signs of an area of low pressure billowing up, especially as we get towards the middle of next week through the Western Caribbean. Some models want to take it back out into the Gulf, like the GFS, by the end of next week, by Memorial Day weekend. It's been a huge fan of that. Let me show you another model that we typically watch with tropical development. This is the European. See how there's just nothing popping up in the Caribbean or the Gulf whatsoever. It is the tale of two cities, tale of two models that are just going against each other. A lot to monitor still when you're talking about a week away, but we'll be keeping a very close eye on that trend into early and mid of next week. In the meantime, a lot of heat and some increasing rain chances this weekend.